Mystery tea parties are a fun and unique way to entertain. The party plans can also be used for events such as women's club programs, church programs, and even fundraisers. Here are just some of the characters from a few of the Mystery Tea Party plans. The first one I'd like to introduce you to is from Who Killed the Darling Duke of Darjeeling? Every guest is a suspect. You see, they all hated the Duke because of the terrible things that he'd done to them all. So here's Lady Tipton. She's incognito because she doesn't want anyone to recognize her. You're probably wondering why I hated the Duke of Darjeeling so. Well, I'll tell you. You might as well know. You probably find out sooner or later anyway. I was the fool to think I could keep it a secret. As you know, I am the heiress of the Tipton Tea Company, also CEO of the empire. Start your day with Tipton Tea and you'll be hip and free. That's our motto, but I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times. Well, it all started with that Starbucks Coffee Company. Why, they had coffee bars on every corner, in every filling station, every grocery store. What was I to do? Well, it should have been Tipton Tea bars on every corner, in every grocery store, every filling station. But oh no, it was always Starbucks. And they didn't even have a fancy motto like we did. So I had to find out what's so special about Starbucks coffee. So I donned this disguise. I put on a wig, sunglasses, hat, and trench coat. And I strolled into one of their coffee bars. No one recognized me. I ambled up to the counter and then I stopped, confused. Why, there were so many choices. What was I to do? There were lattes, flavor of the week. Well, I could see it wasn't going to be an easy choice. I'd have to come back again and again to sample them all. And so I did. I made that sacrifice. One day an espresso, the next day a hazelnut mocha, and then a chocolate vanilla latte with whipped cream. It went on, and before I knew it, I, the queen of tea, was hooked on Starbucks coffee. I couldn't stop. I had to have my Starbucks coffee. Oh, the shame of it all. Then, one fateful day, as I bent over to watch the espresso machine, my wig got caught and pulled off, and my identity was discovered. The Duke was there that day, and I still remember the way he said, "Aha!" And soon after, I received the first blackmail note. That black-hearted, blackmailing Duke of Darjeeling wanted $1,000 a week for life, or he said he'd turn me into the World Enquirer. I would be ruined, and Tipton Tea would tip into bankruptcy. So I paid and I paid. Yes, I'm glad he's dead. I'm finally free, hip and free, just like our motto. But I didn't kill him. The next person I'd like you to meet is from the Bodacious Babes of Buzzard Bend. This tea party is set in the wild, wild west, so you can have a lot of fun with costuming. The sheriff is a lady who's so proud of her job she even wears her badge on her pajamas. Her name's Beatrice, but everyone calls her Bee. So here's Sheriff B. Lawful. Seems to me we got us a serious matter to reckon with. You see, a month or so ago, a stranger came to Buzzard Bend. He was a good-looking critter. Had a way with the ladies, or so I'm told. I wouldn't know about that myself. I ain't much interested in men. I got me an important job to do in this here town. I ain't got time for such tomfoolery. Anyway, this stranger, well, guess you all figured out by now that I'm talking about none other than Calhoun Cahoots. came all the way from Cheyenne and made herself right at home here in Buzzard Bend. Set up an office across the street, told anybody that would listen to him that the railroad was coming to town. Got everybody all stirred up about it. Stirred up some other things too. Broke a few hearts. Ran up some bills. Did some lying and cheating. And then he done disappeared. So I done me some investigating, I surely did. And I learned a few things. Well, all that huffing and puffing about the railroad coming to town was just that. There ain't no railroad coming to Buzzard Bend or anywhere within 100 miles of here. There weren't no truth in it at all. So I was going to haul Calhoun over to the jailhouse and have us a little talk. But he ain't nowhere to be seen. I figured that he was scared of me and ran out of town. Then the other day, on the trail south of town, I saw some buzzards circling around. Well, guess you know what that means. So I rode out there, and sure enough, I found a body. 'Twere none other than Calhoun Cahoot. He'd been shot dead. And that's the end of that one. Could you incorporate this into your work? Okay. Who's the most famous detective you think of when you think about mysteries? Well, of course, Sherlock Holmes. So I wrote about the least known of all detectives, Sherlock Holmes and the Great Jewel Robberies. One of the characters from this plan is the famous movie star of long, long ago, Jewel Reeboks. She has a habit of working movie titles into her conversation. So pay attention and see how many you can count. Okay. I remember Mama told me to take care of my jewels. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, you know. The awful truth is they were stolen anyway. It happened one night when all was quiet on the Western Front, or so we thought. We were all partying, drinking a new wine called Grapes of Wrath. I was having a party, you see, in my mansion, the one on Sunset Boulevard, the one right on the waterfront. Oh, it was an affair to remember. The chef had prepared a gorgeous banquet, fit for the Grand Hotel. It was a stormy night, but that didn't stop us. We were having a wonderful life. There was the sound of music, and we were all dancing and singing in the rain. Then we went to a screening for my private showing of my latest film, The Perils of Pauline, when suddenly Oscar, my butler, burst into the room shouting, "My fair lady! Someone has broken into the mansion and stolen all of your magnificent obsessions. They're all gone with the wind." Well, I ran to the rear window to catch a glimpse of the thief in the night. I called to my best friend, Annie Sheridan, "Annie, get your gun!" But it was too late. The thief was gone, from here to eternity. That's it. Okay, go. The next character is from Who Killed the Roving Romeo of the Red Feather Ladies? It seems that Romeo was engaged to all 8 of the ladies, and all are under suspicion of his death. So here's Barbara, the hypochondriac, telling you all about her involvement with William. At the end of this one, I'm going to walk off.
Okay, anytime you're ready.
Oh, this ordeal has been just terrible on my health. My poor heart nearly gave out when I discovered that William was a phony. And then, when I heard on TV that he'd been murdered, why, I go right to urgent care. Oh, you see, I met William at the pharmacy. I was getting several of my prescriptions refilled. And when he noticed how many I had to take and the exorbitant cost of them all, why, he was so concerned. He was such a gentleman. He insisted on walking me to my car, and he even followed me home, just to make sure that I didn't faint on the way or something. Oh, my goodness, it is so cold in here. Well, anyway, a few days later, he stopped by just to check on me and to make sure I was all right. Well, when I told him all about my operations and this terrible pain I have in my chest all the time, and when he heard that I had no family and no one to take care of me, well, he felt so sorry for me. We talked for hours. I told him all about all of my operations and how the doctors didn't know what to do with me, what to do for me anymore. He took such an interest in me and my membership in the Red Feather Ladies Investment Club. Well, then we started dating. He took me dancing, but I couldn't do that, because of my heart. And we tried bowling, but oh, that hurt my back so. And when we had to leave the movies, because I just couldn't sit that long, he was so understanding. So when he suddenly proposed, oh my goodness, I was so thrilled. My blood pressure went sky high. I had to take 2 pills. He said he couldn't wait for me to meet his family, especially his brother, the life insurance agent. Well, now I know why. He probably wanted to take out a big life insurance policy on me and then just wait for my poor heart to give out. No wonder he wanted me to take little tennis lessons. But, well, I didn't kill him. No, not me. Why, the excitement would have been too much for me. My poor heart would have just given out, In fact, I think I better go and sit down right now. That's just a few of the characters you might meet at a mystery tea party. There's many more mystery tea party plans to choose from. You might like The Desperate Housewives of Hysteria Lane, Gone with the Breeze, or The Sinister Sleepover, to name just a few more. You'll find them all at www.mysteryteaparties.com.